Welcome to my video on testing a 2x telephoto lens on a star field in the constellation of Taurus. This is the 2x telephoto lens I recently purchased. It's Veedzoens 65mm and it's a telephoto lens. It's approximately 2x multiplication or a power relative to just a native iPhone. It mounts directly to the iPhone. It's a pretty heavy lens, and I've got a review of this, another video. I'll put a link in the very back of this video if you want to learn more about that telephoto lens. And so what I did was I'm trying to determine if that's a better lens. By adding the telephoto lens, does it give me better star field images than just my native iPhone? So what I did was I took 4 5-second photos of the Taurus constellation with the iPhone and tripod. And next I added the 2x telephoto lens, and I took 4 more 5-second photos. And these are my that's my 8 base photos there. So what I did was I stacked the first 4 using Sequator software, and I removed the light pollution, and it just kind of cleaned up the images. It does a good job of that. And so I had 2 basic photos now, one with iPhone only and one with the iPhone plus the 2x telephoto. And so I used the software Stellarium to determine the limiting magnitude. It goes down to about 10th magnitude. And so here's the 2 photos after they've been processed by the Sequator. And I've blown them up and tried to get as close as I can to the same field of stars. And this is Aldebaran in the constellation Taurus. And this is the Hyades open cluster near Aldebaran. And the reason I chose it was it has a lot of stars in it. And so you can see over here the 2x telephoto gives a little better definition. It splits these close stars a little better and just gives a nice cleaner image in my opinion. So next what I did was, now this is the iPhone only image, and I tried to find basically the star in this field here that gave me a nice clean star image, but was probably the faintest. I could find a few other ones like that was probably a little fainter, but there's not really, it's borderline being a good definition. So here's my Stellarium field, and this turned out to be a variable star V895 tau, and it varies from 7.62 to 7.65 in the V band. So it's roughly, this limiting magnitude is around 8th magnitude then. So now I took my second photo of the 2x telephoto lens, and I found that was that first star we just saw over there. It's much better definition here. Found a little fainter star, and this has also turned out to be a variable star, V996 tau, and it doesn't vary much. They're eclipsing binaries. It's 8.94 to 8.99, so it just twinkled just barely. And then there's the Stellarium field that I blew up again to do the comparison to find out what star that was and what the magnitude is. So this is going to clearly go down to at least 9th magnitude with the telephoto lens, and that makes sense because we're adding a lot more light gathering power. The objective of the telephoto lens gathers more light than just the native iPhone camera. So what I conclude with this is the telephoto lens shows more stars with better resolution. I can separate more stars and see more stars, a cleaner image. And the limiting magnitude of the photo with the iPhone only was maybe 8. And then once you add the telephoto lens, which gave you more light gathering power, it jumped to a 9+. And so the net result is I'm going to be using this 2x telephoto lens for star fields in the future. It seemed to give a superior result. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about taking images.